following. And just go ahead and hit the like button.
Hit it. So today I want to talk about things we've learned about while working together. We're going to make sure we stay on a positive note because, of course, whenever you're working with somebody, it's going to have the ups and downs. Especially when you're married, you can definitely have some different ways, especially when you're opposites, that you want to handle things. So I want to talk about the good things that we've learned over the years of being married and in business together. In 2017, if you guys didn't know, he cut a lawn in our neighborhood, and we began West Lawn Care part-time. In 2019, we became an official LLC, and also started doing this full-time year-round. And from there, a few months later, I realized it was a hole in the business where my husband couldn't be at two places at once. So he was doing all he could with the labor and doing great work for the lawns, but whenever somebody called or texted, he wasn't able to, also answer the phone and send invoices on time. Sometimes for the first 2 years we would forget to send invoices because we weren't doing monthly subscription lawn service. We were charging people after we finished the work, and sometimes we would forget, and there would be great clients that would tell us, hey, you didn't send us an invoice, and we would send that afterward. But what's one thing that you learned that we've learned working together?
I think the best thing to do is learn about that person's background or your spouse's background in their capacity at their last job. Let them work in their capacity from their past professionalism, whatever it is in their career field. And then the other thing is, roll that window up.
Yeah.
Not the other thing,
okay.
But in addition to that, is that learn how you want to operate the business together. Learn how you want to operate it, and then explore things that you don't like, explore things that you guys do like, and then move forward from there. And then don't be afraid to say, hey, this is my strong suit, let me handle that. Okay, this is your strong suit, you handle that. I'm not that proficient in this, so here you go. And then just make sure you have the core values, same goals, whether it be for the month, for the quarter, for the year, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, because that's what it's really all about, seeing the success of the business. And then I also like to think that at the same time, what you practice in your marriage is what you can practice in your journey on running a business together. Sometimes counseling may go both ways, but yeah, that's it. Just making sure everybody or both parties are working in their capacity, and be honest about what's on their plate.
Yeah, honesty about what's on your plate.
Honesty about what's on your plate, and then of course, if you are married or if you're not married and you're working with whatever your significant other is, you're gonna have to have those honest conversations about this job there's a lot going on right now. Keep that honest, just keep that open and honest communication about, even if it's something that you're doubting or even if it's something you're unsure about. Have a conversation about it. So
yes.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have concerns about anything. So just make sure you express that. And I think how you express it is very important too, because sometimes we can say too much, or sometimes we can say not enough, or sometimes we can just give, so just a little bit of information, and then sometimes you can explain it in more depth at a later time. But that'll come. So that's why I like to say, if you're working with your significant other, the counseling of it and communication, it can go both ways.
Yeah, and I also think when you, in addition, I feel of the good things that you may have learned outside of your marriage, you can put that into, I'm sorry, not outside of your marriage, but outside of the business running, you can put into the business running. So
Right.
it becomes like, there's a thing where we ask each other, where are you at?
Like your exhaust level.
What's your exhaust level?
Yeah.
You know, and when somebody says their exhaust level is on 10, or, you know, we know then, okay, let's not unpack this right now.
Yeah, we've had that. Even with me coming home and with you doing like your social media and posting and taking care of the kids, we've used that. And even because our threshold is a certain number, but we know 10 is the max. So if we come home and we're having a conversation and we say, we ask the question, what's your exhaust level? Okay, mine's at a 7. Okay, mine's at an 8. So the reason why we installed that, and that we got away from it for whatever reason,
Yeah.
but the reason why we installed that is because it's an unspoken conversation that both of you guys have a mutual agreement about an understanding of where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to sit there and go through like, you know what, today was like this, and then at 5 o'clock it's used that, okay, my exhaust level's at an 8. Okay, cool, we shutting the house down, kids fed, kids in bed, we not vacuuming, we not doing no clothes, we not gonna wash these dishes today, we'll do it tomorrow. And then when you relax, when you're in a relaxed state of mind, how the day went will just casually come out.
Yeah.
Because now you're ready to talk about it in a I won't say non-aggressive, but like in a angry way.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's, man, it was hot outside, it was 1,000 degrees. I was sweating out my drawers. My water evaporated, you know. You know. So, you know, but things of that nature. But, I mean, this, of course, this is advice, but you know what works for you in your marriage, and how you choose to run your marriage is pretty much how you're going to choose to run your business with your significant other. I always
handle with care.
So handle with care. I always told Brittany, because we're high school sweethearts, and I've always told her that, I forgot what I was about to say. It's right there though. No, I was saying, what I say about love? I say love is only as strong as the two people in it.
Yes. And that's the same for the business.
And that's the same for the business. Your business is only going to be as business is only going to be as strong as the people that's in it. If you hiring people, your business is only going to be as strong as the people you hiring. If you hiring any John Doe just because you need somebody to fill a position, and then you wonder why he done dropped in a week, or you wonder why he don't know what he doing, it's because you were looking for somebody just to fulfill the position. You need somebody with experience, somebody you ain't gotta look over your shoulder every time to see if they doing something right. So, you know, so your business is only gonna be as strong as the people that's in it. So I have a awesome life partner, my wife Brittany, and I have an awesome business partner in the things that she do, because you're more, what are you, not goal oriented, but
in 800 feet, turn right onto Water's Edge Drive. In 800.
Yeah, but you're you have even if you have like a small task of like 5 or 10, it's like, I gotta get it done. And I'm more of like the relaxed person. Like, I can relax, but then when it is time to do something, I'm like, okay, man, I don't think that's the right way, and maybe we should have went about it this way. I'll come in and just completely revise the plan.
You'll change the whole plan.
Because that was part of my corporate life, was I was part of the process improvement team. So, and then that's why sometimes we have our, I don't say argue, I like to say marital disputes. And that's why we get into our marital disputes, because, and she's told me about this, is that I like to look at everything from an analytical standpoint, and see, like, I don't look at something and say like it's great how it is. I say like, how can we make this better? Even if you have a great idea, I'm always thinking, how can we make this better? Because like even though you started from here and you have the final product at 100, but I'm taking your 100 and I'm using that as my foundation.
Got it.
And I'm saying, how can we get it to 150? How can we get it to 200?
Yeah.
So that's so no discredit to any work that you do.
No.
But that's just how I think about things.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I feel like there's too much critique, I will honestly, if it's not time sensitive, I will set something to the side.
She will put some pre-emergent in my mouth.
Sometimes it's time not to talk about it at that point. Because if I know there's something that's important for the business or a good idea or something that, two heads are always better than one. So if I got an idea,
it's January, I'm finna turn on the AC. It's hot.
If I got something going on, I'll definitely be like, is this the right time? Timing might be off. So let's see if my partner is open to hearing something, because sometimes he's a show me type person. It's like, okay, let me see how this gonna work. Show me how that's gonna look. Based. And stuff like that. And so sometimes it's like, all right, well, let me look this up so I can have proof. You want to make sure you have proof.
I need that hard evidence. Yeah. And then because when I was in corporate, anything we had to prove to the account managers or to the health plan themselves, we had to show screenshot after screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. So we couldn't just say this is it. Yeah. We had to show like we checked in this system, we checked in this system. Okay, it's not cross referencing. Here's it is. So I bring that with me. And then another thing with you, is that I'm slow to move. I'm slow to move because of all my processing. I need to make sure that this is right. And then Brittany, she's like, okay, cool. I think this is good. I'll sit here like, let me see about that, and let me see about that again. And then even if we talked if we talked about it, he'll come if it's time to actually implement something we already talked about. He may come with that energy of, well, let me see. I'm like, we already saw. It was already decided. Because what I like to do is I like to make multiple plans. Yeah. And I like to make and I like to see plan A at 100%, plan B at 100%, and plan C at 100%. Now that I have all three of my plans, now I need to find out which one is the best one to use. Because I know that all we done looked at, everything is like, okay, cool. If we do it this way, but what is the best way to move? What is the best plan to choose out of these three that's at 100% that's going to benefit us in West Lawn?
And one of the things that you've learned, and I'll have to give it to you, is that small business is not always at 100%. So when you have a new idea, when you have a new route or something that can maybe better the process, what he started to realize and say is that, you know what, let's try it. If it doesn't work, we can always change it. Right. It's up to us. Right. So let's see if this helps our processes. Let's see if this makes us more efficient. Let's see if this optimizes things. If not, then we can always change it, because sometimes that 100%, when you're a small business, and you're trying to do what's best for the clients and for the company, you definitely not always gonna get that 100. You're not always gonna know exactly what to do and how to do it.
I guess in that point, is it safe to say that
with that though?
Thank you. I guess to say, and it's safe. And so let me go back to that. I'm gonna say a point, and then I'm gonna get back to what my wife was saying as far as getting better at it. Because I think you told me in some shape, form, or fashion that when she presents an idea to me, it's not me shutting down the idea, it's me actually shutting her down. So once she explained it to me like that, I'm like, I want you to know that you're heard. And then this is me going back to, I think my ideal is the best. And then yep. Like me doing my process analysis over everything. And it's I had to learn that, you know what, I gotta let her do this. And then I think it was like 2 years ago. It was like I had to learn that my wife has a process on how she likes to get to 100. I have a process on that I like to do, that I like to get to 100. We're gonna get to 100. I have to let her do her process. I have to let her I think this could work for the business. I think this is a good way to reach clients. I don't know nothing about social media. That wasn't, you was doing stuff like that for corporate. I was checking people's work.
I got you.
I was checking people's work, making sure that we got things completed on time, which is why I'm always late with the expense report, or 3 months behind.
I hear you.
Either way.
But
I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent as I usually do. But for that reason, that's why sometimes just step back. Step back. Everything don't have to be a fight. Everything don't have to be an argument. Everything don't have to be like, let me see. You're like, you know what? Let's work. If it works, great. If it don't work, okay, cool. Well, we tried it. At least you tried it. Because it's like anything else. You're always going to wonder about it until you try it.
Yes.
Biblical standpoint, that's how Adam and Eve got caught up.
Buddy.
She was thinking about that apple, and it was on her mind until she bit it. Now it's like, oh, maybe God was right. I shouldn't have bit that apple. But he was trying to tell you the whole time, don't eat of the tree. I digress. But yeah, go ahead, love.
No, that's done. So we understand, more and more every day. Every day is a learning, not only a learning, what's the word? Learning.
A learning lesson.
Every day we learn. There we go.
Yeah.
And every day we have to put into action what we already learned.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then from that point, it's just management.
Yeah. Not only are you growing and trying to grow the business, grow kids, if you have kids, grow the marriage, grow yourself individually, but then in addition, you're trying to learn as you grow, and you can get overwhelmed. So,
right.
That's the best advice.
Man, we done messed up. We ain't got the West Locker sign up here.
That's all right. But we thank you guys for listening. If you're still here, we appreciate you. I hope you guys subscribe, okay? Subscribe. And let us know in the comments, any hacks for business while being married, business together. Let us know hacks, or share accounts in the comments of, accounts that can help us learn as well.
Exactly. And then I'll even go even farther, like for any, well, not even just lawn care, but since we're doing lawn care, any other married couples, what you looking for, love?
Nothing, I'm counting. Go ahead.
Oh, any other couples that's out there that's doing lawn care together, let's try to strike up a Zoom meeting together and share some of this information and put it on YouTube. There's other people out there like us that's doing the same thing and probably need a little bit more information. If you're doing something with your spouse, if your spouse is taking on the back end, somebody's doing the front end. All this information is very encouraging. And like I said, it goes hand in hand with the how to take care of the business and how to take care of and how to do different processes in your marriage as well.
Absolutely. But we thank you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the channel.